What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. NBA. New York Knicks versus San Antonio Spurs, Game 2. This is part of the NBA Finals. The Knicks lead the series 1-0. They have a 43.2% chance to win, while the Spurs have a 56.8% chance to win. This game's at San Antonio. For injuries for the Spurs, Jones Garcia's out. For stats, Spurs have more points per game. Field goal percentage is even. Spurs have more rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game, and Knicks have more steals per game. These stats are pretty close. So I think home field advantage will be a big thing here. So I think the Spurs will beat the Knicks to even the series at 1-1. College baseball. Mount Poly Mustangs versus West Virginia Mountaineers, Game 1. This is part of the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals. Um, Cal Poly's unranked, 39-22 record. West Virginia's 16 nation, 43-15 record. This game is at West Virginia. For stats, Cal Poly's a higher batting average, has more runs, hits, home runs. West Virginia's a higher on base percentage. Cal Poly's a higher slugging percentage, ERA, more walks, assists, innings pitched, more walks, and more strikeouts. Yeah, this could be a very interesting game. So Cal Poly has a batting advantage, and neither side really has a pitching advantage. So yeah, this could be a good game. I think you know I'm gonna pick the upset. What So with the batting advantage, I think despite the home field advantage West Virginia has, with that batting advantage, I think Cal Poly will beat West Virginia tomorrow. USC Trojans versus North Carolina Tar Heels. This is game one. This is part of the NCAA baseball regionals. USC's unranked 47-16 record. North Carolina's 5 nation 48-11-1 record. This game is at North Carolina. For stats, North Carolina's our batting average has more runs. USC has more hits, more home runs. North Carolina's a higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, but walks, assists, innings pitched, more walks, and USC has more strikeouts. With these stats, USC is a batting and pitching advantage. So despite the home field advantage that UNC has, with the batting pitching advantage, I think USC will beat North Carolina tomorrow. Little Rock Trojans versus Troy Trojans. This is part of the game one. This is part of the NCAA baseball regionals. Little Rock's unranked 39-26 record. Troy's unranked 36-30 record. This game is at Troy for stats. Batting average is even. Troy's more runs per game, hits per game, home runs per game, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks with hits, innings pitched. Little Rock has more walks. Troy's more strikeouts. So with these stats, Troy has a batting and pitching advantage. So with that and the home field advantage, I think Troy will beat Little Rock tomorrow. Ole Miss Rebels versus Auburn Tigers, game one. This is part of the NCAA baseball regionals. Ole Miss is unranked 39-21 record. Auburn's 4 nation 42-20 record. This game is at Auburn. For stats, Auburn's a higher batting average, has more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage. Ole Miss is a higher ERA, more walks, assists, innings pitched, more walks, and more strikeouts. So with these stats, Auburn has a batting advantage, but neither side has a pitching advantage. So with the batting advantage and home field advantage, I think Auburn will beat Ole Miss tomorrow. MLB. Chicago White Sox versus Philadelphia Phillies. The White Sox have a 40.9% chance to win. The Phillies have a 59.1% chance to win. This game's at Philadelphia. For starting pitchers for the White Sox, Anthony Kay has a career ERA of 4.86, whip of 1.52. And for the Phillies, Jesus Luzardo has a career ERA of 4.2 and a WHIP of 1.25. So that's some not really good pitching for either team. Not really seeing the difference here. For injuries for the White Sox, Tal Gilbert's on bereavement. Jordan Hicks and Noah Schultz are on 15-day IL. Everson Piera and Austin Hayes are on 10-day IL for the Phillies. Carson DeMartini, Brian Rickon, and Renee Pinto are on 7-day IL. Dale Robert and Mark Colosferi are on 6-day IL for stats. White Sox have a higher batting average, have more runs, hits, home runs, higher on base percentage, slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits, innings pitched, more walks. Phillies have more strikeouts and a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, White Sox have a batting advantage, but Phillies have a pitching advantage. So those will probably, I say, will offset. So the home field advantage would then be the big thing here. So I think the Phillies will beat the White Sox tomorrow. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Atlanta Braves. The Pirates have a 38.1% chance to win. The Braves have a 61.9% chance to win. This is at Atlanta. For starting pitchers for the Pirates, Mitch Keller has a career ERA of 4.5, WHIP of 1.37. And for the Braves, Martin Perez has a career ERA of 4.36, WHIP of 1.42. So that's a not really good pitching for either team. Not really seeing their difference here. For injuries for the Pirates, Olener Mosqueda, Sean Sullivan, and Anthony Solometo are on 6-day IL. Mike Clevenger is on 7-day IL. Connor Griffin's on 10-day IL. For the Braves, Blake Peralta's on 7-day IL. Kyle Farmer's, Drake Baldwin are on 10-day IL. And Hurston Waldrop and Sean Murphy are on 6-day IL. For stats, Braves have a higher batting average, have more runs. Pirates have more hits. Braves have more home runs. Pirates have a higher on base percentage. Braves have a higher slugging percentage. Pirates have a higher ERA. More walks and hits, innings pitched, more walks, strikeouts, higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, um, uh, Braves have a batting advantage, and neither side really has a pitching advantage. So with the batting advantage and home field advantage, I think the Braves will beat the Pirates tomorrow. Cincinnati Reds versus St. Louis Cardinals. The Reds have a 36% chance to win. The Cardinals have a 64% chance to win. This game is at St. Louis. First starting pitchers for the Reds, Bray Singer has a career ERA of 4.34, WHIP of 1.33. And for the Cards, Kyle Leahy has a career ERA of 3.82, WHIP of 1.31. So that's some good pitching for Leahy, not really good pitching for Singer. So definite starting pitching advantage for the Cardinals. For injuries for the Reds, Justin Mounts on 7-day IL, Rhett Lauder, Emilio Pagan, and Pierce Johnson are on 15-day IL, and Connor Burns is on 6-day IL. For the Cards, Ikeson Harrison, Lars Dupar are on 6-day IL, JJ Weatherholt is day-to-day, Nathan Church and Ramon Urias are on 10-day IL. For stats, Cards have a higher batting average, Reds have more runs, Cards have more hits, Reds have more home runs. Cards have a higher on base percentage, Reds have a higher slugging percentage, ERA, more walks as hits or innings pitched, more walks, strikeouts. Cards have a higher opponent batting average. So with these stats, with these stats, there's not really a batting advantage here, and there's not really a pitching advantage. So then, with the starting pitching advantage and home field advantage, I think the Cardinals will beat the Reds tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.